hybrid meeting of Armwood High School PTSA. I'd like to thank everyone who has joined us both online and in person today. Before we get started and take a look at the agenda, I just wanted to let everyone know that today's meeting is being recorded. We do post our recordings of our meetings on YouTube after our meetings, so everyone can have access to the information that we cover. If you are opposed to recording, we understand, and it's okay if you want to exit the meeting and take a look at it on YouTube as a replay. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and get started. So real quick sound check for our callers remotely. Is everyone able to see me? If you want to give me a thumbs up, or not see me, hear me. If everyone just wants to give me a quick thumbs up to let me know that you can hear. Great, thank you. All right, so today for our agenda, we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order as of 6:05 p.m. We are going to be conducting official business, which requires voting as a part of this meeting. So we do need to confirm a quorum as a part of our call to order this morning or today, not even in the evening. And our chapter requires that we have 10 people, our members, on the call in order to be able to call a quorum. In the room, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 members joining us in person. I counted her. And then on the call, it looks like we have 1, 2, 3. Heather, I believe you're the iPhone or the caller. You have 3 on your call, on your line.
Correct, I have 3 on my phone. Yes. Okay. You can hear me, right?
I can hear you, yes. And
right,
so
yes. I have 3 on my line.
Fantastic. So that is a total of 12 people. So we do have a quorum for today's meeting, which is great. Thank you all for joining us. We hope that we provide you with input and avenues for being able to support the school as we discuss our agenda for today. We'll jump into board reports, just real quick reporting to give you insights into our current membership and financial positions. And then we'll move into new business. Up for vote today, we have the operating budget that we will review. We are unable to actually do any further expenditures as far as like any type of programs, expenses, or anything like that until we get the operating budget approved each year. So that's an important vote for us to capture as a part of today's call. We will also review open leadership positions. We do have 3 open positions, and if anyone so chooses to either nominate themselves or nominate someone else, we have the ability to open a vote from the floor this evening for those open positions. From there, we will discuss the current volunteer opportunities, and finally, we will conduct the drawing for our Ravens versus Bucks tickets. That's a Thursday night game coming up at the end of October. And then time permitting, if we have time, we will open it up to the floor for any discussions, questions, anything anyone has from our audience, both online and in person. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our agenda, starting with our leadership reports. First, we'll cover membership. So we take our membership numbers monthly at the end of each month. Currently, we are at the end of September, we have received a total of 82 members across all of our different membership segments. That is an increase over last year's membership number of 53. We're just shy of our record-setting membership when we started with our current platform, which is 86 members in the 2019 through 2020 year. Of those members, 38 of our members are current faculty members at Armwood, 28 are parents or guardians, 12 are students, and 4 are grandparents. We do not have any general community members, although that is an option for membership for people who are either alumni or community members with an interest in Armwood High School. To date, we've run a number of member outreach campaigns in order to encourage membership growth for our faculty and our parents. We were able to increase our total membership, which was one of our goals, but we have not achieved our 100% faculty membership goal, and we'll continue to be looking for ways to increase our membership in those regards. Some of our plans for the upcoming quarter are to increase our student membership. Our association provides access to both service hours and scholarships for our student members. We want to make sure that both our traditional and collegiate students are aware of those opportunities and are joining and are active participants in our organization, because they're really the ones who help us drive programming for our students within the school, and are the ones who can benefit the most from the programs that we provide. So we will be running some sort of student membership drive within the second quarter in order to increase our membership there. We are also promoting some exclusive monthly gifts that are only for our faculty members. They receive a little something extra that our other faculty members do not. We do a monthly volunteer stock the coffee bar for our teachers at large, where we promote joining as a member of the PTSA. This is just a little bit something extra that provides some exclusivity and encourages teachers to join. We will likely also conduct another parent membership drive in the coming quarter. We are interested in soliciting sponsorships. One of the programs that we're planning to implement as a part of the second quarter is to get sponsorship and support from our community, particularly area businesses, both locally owned, as well as some of our chain operations that are in the Seffner area. And a part of those sponsorships will be the opportunity to potentially sponsor free student or teacher memberships. So we can sponsor potential members who are in need that want to join but maybe don't have access to be able to pay for a membership. I would say if you are a parent member and you did not also provide membership for your student, to relook at that, particularly from the scholarship perspective, as well as from a service hours perspective, if it's somebody who's looking to achieve any of the Bright Futures scholarships in the future. We have some opportunities where students can earn regular recurring hours month over month by participating and supporting some of our activity from a board perspective. So it's a good, easy way for them to earn regular hours that help contribute towards those requirements for Bright Futures. Moving on to our financials report. We also, yes, exactly. A lot of our parents don't think about students at the high school level. We are a parent, teacher, and student association. And I would kind of argue that students are probably our most important members, because at this level, we can provide them with opportunities to take the lead and be able to promote.
There was a question in chat.
I know, I just saw it. I was responding to it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Because I'm seeing it on my screen, it's not.
Do you want to mention the scholarships that we give out?
Yes. So, and we'll review we're getting ready this is kind of a budgetary view of the budget that we're about to approve, but this is kind of our income and expenses statement for our association. So our starting bank balance at the first of September was $1,548.06. We have a number of budgeted expenses that we will review. Our ability to be able to do things like award scholarships, of which we like to award 4 $500 scholarships each year, are dependent upon our ability to not only from our membership totals, but mostly from our fundraising and community sponsorship opportunities that we have coming in the future months. As far as our income for this month, we earned $35.76 from Amazon Smile. That's one of our opportunities to be able to provide funds just by shopping on Amazon. And then we also earned $75 from membership fees, or collected $75 in membership fees, for a total of $110.76 in income for the month. As far as expenditures in this month, we did need to order new checks, which are a part of our bank fees, for a total of $17.80. And we've started to pay for our membership. We targeted 80 members for our budget. We've already exceeded that by 2 people, but we've paid an actual expense of $270.50 in the month of September for our new members for this school year, for a total of $288.30 in total expenses. Our ending bank balance as of the end of September is $1,370.52. All right. Any questions as far as our financials or our membership reports? All right, let's go ahead and move forward to our new business for today. So our first order of business is the review and approval of the operating budget. To set the stage for this discussion, we do require to have a majority vote. So with 12 members on the call, we need 7 members that vote to approve the budget in order to adopt the budget. The PTSA board reviewed and accepted this budget back in September, so September 13th, 2022. And so we are now presenting this operating budget for your review. So I'll give a moment for people to review the budget. A few things that I want to call out is, so we budget for income coming from fundraisers, concession sales, and community sponsorships, as well as income coming from our membership fees that we charge online. From there, we then subtract all of our planned expenses for the year to have a total annual revenue that's net zero. So we want to make sure as a nonprofit that we are spending what we collect and we're not showing any kind of increases in funds year over year. Throughout the year, we monitor our income and then determine how we need to adjust our expenses based on what our actuals are. So at this point, we're planning for what we're budgeting to collect. But later in the year, particularly once we get to the January timeframe, we'll reassess this on an ongoing basis, and we may make adjustments to our expenses based on what our actual income is. So while we may budget for things like scholarships, teacher grants, and teacher appreciation, as well as parent night events, our ability to be able to deliver those are reflected by the ability to be able to collect money to fund those. And if we don't collect the money or don't have an income to be able to support those, then we may cancel those expenses for the year. All right, so to be able to start the vote, are there any questions before we kind of get started? To be able to start the vote, we have to have a member from the floor who raises a motion to accept the budget. So for those, it can be anyone that's online or in person, just need someone to say, and then we need a member to second, and then we will confirm the vote by raising hands both in the room and in Zoom. So with that, I'll open up to questions, or anyone from the floor can proceed to move to vote for the budget. It looks like I have
Move to vote. Oh, you got it? Got somebody?
Yes, so it looks like Christina has moved, Godfrey has moved to vote, and Tina has seconded the motion to approve. So we have a vote on the floor. I'll ask for all those in favor to please raise your hands or type approve if you're in chat.
I'm raising 3 hands on the telephone.
got you.
Thank you.
All right. Is there anyone who is opposed? All right. With that, our motion carries and our operating budget for this year has been approved. Appreciate everybody for providing your input there. Next up on the slate is our open positions. Want to make sure everybody is aware that we do have these open positions. If you are so moved to provide some commitment, these can be filled by parents. They can be filled by faculty, of which we already have 2 faculty members that are a part of our board, or they can actually even be filled by a student in many cases. So for these particular positions, we require both a nomination and then we'll go to a board or a majority vote. Our open positions that we have a corresponding secretary. This position is responsible for sending invitations and newsletters and correspondences on behalf of the association. We estimate the commitment is about 5 hours per month. This is a great opportunity for a student who's looking for volunteer hours, because that commitment hours, that's what they're going to get in volunteer hours on a monthly basis. Yes, Ted, I'm saying the corresponding secretary can be a student because it can be. Yes. So our second position is vice president of programs. This would likely be a better position filled by a parent or a faculty member. The vice president of programs coordinates our meeting speakers and event programs. So our monthly meetings that we have, particularly the ones online where we invite speakers to come and join us and present about a variety of topics that are relevant to all of our members, as well as any type of special events. One of the things that we want to do this year is an evening event where we invite everyone in to have dinner with us and chat a little bit about online safety and how to be good citizens online. This vice president will be instrumental in helping us to coordinate those types of events. We estimate that commitment is about 4 hours per month. And then finally, we also had the vice president of leadership. This individual is responsible for helping to develop our association leaders. They will own the board nomination committee process, so they'll lead the board nomination committee unless they're nominating themselves for a particular board member position. And then they will also help us to develop and source and identify future leaders that can move into the board. And our commitment there is roughly about 4 hours per month. So I'll pause. If there's anybody on the call who is interested in any of these positions, please feel free to nominate yourself from the floor. If we don't have any, I'll call for nominations now. If we don't have any nominations, we'll move forward.
I move to nominate myself
Excellent.
for the corresponding secretary.
All right, we have a nomination on the floor. Ebony, remind me,
Gregory.
Ebony Gregory is nominating herself for the position of corresponding secretary. Do I have anyone else who would like to nominate themselves for any of the positions? If you decide later that you're interested in a position, we will be able to do this again at a later date. So if you want to follow up later, that's absolutely fine. But if you are open and ready to nominate yourself for a position, we'll go ahead and solicit those votes now. Any other nominations for the corresponding secretary position? All right. Seeing no nominations, I now need to solicit a motion from the floor to accept Ebony Gregory as our nominee for corresponding secretary. All right, we have one motion to accept. Do I have a second? Okay, do we have a second? Did you second?
I'm a OPLR.
All right, and we have a second. All those in favor go ahead and raise your hand or say you agree in chat.
No raise hands.
We're all learning how to use Zoom tonight. It's great. All right. Anyone who is opposed to the nomination? All right, motion carries. Congratulations, Ebony. You've now been duly elected as our corresponding secretary. Yay.
You got anything on?
We will touch base after the meeting with all of the things that you need to know, and we'll add you to our board meetings and things after our call. Yes, that's true. All right. Any other nominations at this time? Excellent. All right, we will move forward. Again, if there's something that you decide you're interested in after today's call, let us know and we'll bring it forward in a future meeting. Real quickly, I wanted to cover some other volunteer opportunities. These do not require a vote. I just wanted to make sure that there is awareness and solicit any volunteers tonight who are interested. We do a monthly stock the faculty coffee bar. That generally just involves getting a small product. We've done coffee creamers. Some months we may do like small snack bars. On one Friday a month, leave it out in our coffee bar in the cafeteria for our faculty members to use, along with a sign with promoting membership within PTSA. We generally do that the first Friday of each month. And we're looking for volunteers who could pick up and bring in the morning that Friday if you're interested. We also upcoming have the HCC. We're working with Hillsborough County Community College as well as our Hillsborough County Council for PTAs and PTSAs to sponsor a FAFSA night here at Armwood. The FAFSA night will be broader than just Armwood students. We'll also be inviting students from several of the other area high schools on this side of the county to participate in that night. HCC will be here presenting information about how to apply for FAFSA, and then we'll be using the computers inside the media center to actually complete the FAFSA. So everybody leaves the night with what they need. We're looking for help to be able to direct traffic, particularly for our parents and students who are coming from other schools, to help them get to the media center and open the door and welcome them. And so we need about 3 to 4 volunteers for that event. And then we have committees. So all of these committees are intended to help support our different board positions in our programming. The committees where we have opportunities for either chairs or our members are membership, advocacy, diversity, equity, and inclusion, community involvement, and fundraising. We will be sending out emails to people who, during the membership enrollment process, indicated their interest in any of these areas to confirm participation in these committees. So expect to see those coming within the next few weeks. And again, for our students, we specifically have these additional hours earning opportunities. So support for FAFSA night will earn a student 3 hours. And we have 2 specific committee chairs or committee opportunities that will have regular recurring hours. So one is helping us run our social media platforms. So we keep a presence on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as YouTube. So helping us to ramp up and produce regular posts and promote some of our events is a commitment of 3 hours per month, and they earn 3 hours of volunteer hours for that, and then student engagement. So someone who can help us promote student involvement in our organization and help increase our student membership. Again, 3 hours per month for that role. HCC FAFSA night is going to be on Thursday, November 17th at 6 p.m. in the Media Center here at Armwood. If you have a collegiate student who is a senior this year and they did not get a chance to participate in FAFSA Day that was sponsored here at Armwood, this is another night that you can bring your student out, or just help us sponsor and support all of our other schools that are going to be joining us that evening. If you're interested in any of these things, feel free to email us after the call and let us know, and we'll get you connected with the right people to get you involved. November 17th. So it starts at 6. Yes, Christina, we will be emailing out the opportunities. All right. All right, so the moment everybody's been waiting for. The drawing for the Ravens versus Bucks game. Give me one moment to get us all connected, and then we will conduct our drawing.
There's a changeover occurring with the APA right now. Mr. Brevick is still here, but Ms. Welch just retired, who was his secretary. So that threw a little bit of a loop that just recently occurred within the last week and a half. So they're scrambling right now to give us the information we need so we can be able to have access and what their expectations are.
Okay, so I'm not familiar with some of your.
Oh, no problem.
But APA, what is APA?
Assistant Principal for Academics, I'm sorry, Administration, but also the Athletic Director.
Okay.
Yep.
So they would give us access to the concession stands, like as a teacher, I don't have a key.
Like physical access.
Correct.
Yeah.
There are some guidelines that were given to us, with regards to what the expectations were, but I haven't gotten in, as the person who runs the Armwood website as well, I have yet to receive the dates on when some of the athletic opportunities are happening.
Okay,
So it's just a matter of getting
Yeah.
parents there or getting volunteers there. So
Yes.
students can come help. And then we have a Square card, right?
Yes, we have a card reader, so we collect electronic only payments. We have a card reader where we can collect payments
And it's
at
only
the
gonna
stand.
be
Mhm.
Electronic payments because all the games are going
yeah, it's all electronic.
all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just easier not to do cash to the extra terminal reports and. Although there is a paper for doing the automatic deposit from Square as well, but Square will itemize everything, which is nice too.
No, but that was a discussion that Mr. Brevick and I did have when we were trying to coordinate. The first thing that had to happen was resolution of some paperwork issues that occurred between all the booster clubs and the parent groups. Because a lot of us haven't filed paperwork due to COVID reasons and things like that over the last 2 years. And so now we're trying to get all our ducks in the row to make it all legal.
I got you. No, just, I would.
But no,
imagine-
wrestling was
I would
definitely,
imagine that concession stands could be a pretty good source of
oh yes, no.
funds if it's set up like.
He mentioned anything that was indoors. Anything that, especially that revolved around the gym. And then we were gonna have to have parents inside the concessions itself, or students. But we definitely need to make sure that the food didn't make it inside the gym,
It does anyway.
because they had just redone the gym and they were really concerned about the floor. But we never got access to volleyball yet. And now they're in the postseason.
Yep.
So really to just, for our perspective, because of how COVID has been for the last couple of years for the PTSA, our goal is more along the lines of, can we start developing some system again and figure out what their needs are for administration?
Right, so,
Yeah.
so because that role was not filled with administration, as soon as that's filled, but I mean, in the past, there
Of
was
course.
a process, correct? So.
There was a process. The issue that we've had, and Ms. Whiteberg could attest to this, we've had here at Armwood, we've had like 4 different assistant principals for administration who oversaw the process, and so there was always a vacuum of communication, of trying to get things coordinated. And so now they're trying to rectify that situation with us, because they know that in order for us to support the teachers and students, part of our financials is the concessions. And they're fully aware of that.
So right now, we're just not able to get items stocked via vendors, like Pepsi. Do we still have a Pepsi contract?
No Pepsi contract.
Pepsi contract, so we're on our own.
So we just have to bring, ooh, Frito Lay. Are you writing that down?
Well, I may be able to get, I might be able to get some required to.
Yeah, that would be pretty
Cool,
cool.
we do, you know, we use.
So we just have to go to Sam's Club and buy it and bring it in.
Let me see if I were, Fairly may be able to jump in.
Yeah. Or even
That would
on
be-
that system, possibly great.
And so, and one of the other fundraising opportunities that we were bouncing around with, that requires us to meet with the booster clubs. It has more to do with, what was it, advertising for the school itself as well. And some of that would come down with donations as well, but that's a conversation with our friends up front.
Bureaucracy, basically.
We're just gonna show up and sell. I think that's kind of where we're at, because I think they're having problems getting coordinated, so we've already gotten the permission to do it. We just need to show up and
Once
start
we get
doing it.
together.
So it's just a matter of getting the schedule. We're working to connect with the athletics boosters, to make sure that they know we're coming. And we'll get everything initiated from there. All right, so, what you see here is a random generator. All of our parent guardian members, who paid during our, membership drive are included in here. Any board members are excluded from this selection. So it's just going to be our parent guardian members who are not board members. I've got the emails loaded here. You don't have to be here to win. Although I hope somebody here wins, because that'll be even funner. But we will email the person who wins access to the tickets through Ticketmaster. And they will get both 2 tickets to the game, as well as parking and VIP parking as a part of the prize. So good luck, everyone, and let's see who gets it. All right, so shakoya05@gmail.com. Who is Shakoya Harris? Is that person online? Or in the room? Nope, that's okay. All right, we will reach out to Shakoya and let her know that them know that they've won the drawing and get them their tickets. Thank you, everybody, for participating, and we hope to continue to provide other opportunities for fun like this one throughout the year. All right, let's go back to our presentation. That was fun. All right. Any other open discussion items or questions? I know we had a little bit of a conversation around our concession selling fundraisers. In the past, we've done things like selling the Papa John's pizza cards. We don't anticipate doing that kind of formal fundraiser this year. We do have an opportunity to potentially host a teacher type of basketball game. We're looking to see what the costs are to be able to support that. That would be a community-wide event where they bring in semi-professional like players, kind of like the Harlem Globetrotters. They're kind of an sports entertainment type of factor to play in a game against teachers. And we could host it in the gym and it be a community event and invite and involve kind of all the area schools in promoting that event. More to come on that. Otherwise, the other big area where we're looking to gain funds is really promoting from a sponsorship perspective. We have a lot of landscape on Highway 92 and on Interstate 4 where people can have ads. And a lot of other PTSA organizations and even Booster Club organizations capitalize on that real estate. I think we have really valuable real estate that we have businesses that will want to use that real estate. So we will be doing some hardcore pushing to reach out to our area businesses around that in the coming months. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know that we have any.
We have none.
This was, for those in the history, this was something that Dr. Costelli was presenting at PTSA 2018, 2019. Was just an idea that we were kind of throwing it out there. The only issue that we had at the time was COVID kind of killed that because we were working with the Sefner Chamber of Commerce and the Brandon Chamber of Commerce at the time, and we were starting to get the wheels turning when 1920 hit. And now we're trying to come back full circle again to use the valuable real estate we have.
Exactly. So we are a registered nonprofit organization. We have our tax documentation for that. So we'll start to send out letters and make phone calls to area businesses. We'll also be reaching out to our members to let them know how they can help if they have businesses that may be interested in supporting us or influencers and businesses that may be able to make that choice to help support Armwood. So more to come as far as that's concerned. All right, let's see, we have an item in chat. Any idea on the cost for a company banner for sponsorship? Let me send out we have a whole entire sponsorship levels that we will I can send out to you post our call. You can take a look at that and maybe even give us our input. So we've structured it as we have some kind of general membership. You can pay a certain rate and get certain services from our organization. And then we have specific like event-based or marketing-based purchases that people can make. We'll be posting everything actually on our website at the beginning of November, but I can send that out to everyone in the membership after our call. Any other questions before we move on to wrap things up? Sure.
My membership as a corresponding secretary.
Okay.
Thought about it. I just don't want to buy off more than I can chew. just became a part of this, and I kind of just want to sit back and see. I just,
It's gonna be on. It's gonna be on there.
You'll be fine.
They're the dream.
We'll help support you.
So from a planning secretary perspective, some of the other roles that you have, some of the stuff that we have on the member hub website is automated. So we would help you, we would coach you on how to automate some of the processes, especially with the meeting requests. Some of the other things that you would hear from my perspective, like one of the things that I used to have to do last couple of years was like, let's say a faculty member, we found out that like their spouse passed or a parent passed away. Sending over a condolence card just on behalf of the PTSA would be part of the job.
And the sponsorship stuff I was just talking about, that's not included as a part of your role.
It's not, that's totally.
That's something completely separate. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
that's be involved in,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to,
That's fine.
sign up for too much at one time.
Sure.
But I think really my heart would really be in that type of, lane and,
Right.
That's fine. We can, you know, wherever makes the, you know, yeah, if you try it, if you want to do, like, it's up to you, whatever works best for you.
And I'm vice president by default at some. And I'm not a very good vice president, I'm gonna tell you that, because I get my timing is taken up, but I try to help when I can.
Yep, it's all about
Right.
doing whatever you can and then letting us know whenever you can, and we pull the slack whenever you can. So it's very flexible, any of our roles. And if like you're seeing yourself going in a direction where you want to be more involved in the DEI initiatives, which I would absolutely love to have someone who can drive that kind of stuff, then we can shuffle things around.
With the corresponding to that, a lot of those, like meeting calendars, are they repetitive so that they're at a certain time? So if you set up one at the beginning and you send it out, it should be repeated.
Mm-hmm. You can schedule them in advance. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I have to hit,
You don't even have to hit send. Yeah. You can take like 5 minutes, create like all your we sent out like 4 or 5 emails announcing this meeting through. I set them all up in one day, and it took me about 10-15 minutes to do. It's just finding the time in the day to be able to do it. That can be a challenge, and I get that.
I see. But it doesn't happen. Some student, like you mentioned.
Yep.
Something that a student that has some leadership desires, that might be
Yep.
something to propose to them.
Yep.
That they could be involved, please invest that as well. So.
Avid students could be involved.
Absolutely. Any of them. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think my TV production, I'm kidding. I'm his department head, so.
My husband loves when we come up with ideas because everybody reports to him in his department. Yep.
The marquee, so the marquee has a cost to it, from the PTSA perspective.
Yeah, that's a fundraising opportunity for us. We advertise birthdays. Mm-hmm.
But it's not really operational at the moment.
I don't know if, yeah.
So there's moments, sometimes when we have a power fluctuation here, sometimes it gets frozen, and so it has to get unfrozen. And there's only 2 people who have control over it. This is just me giving back baseball here. But anyway, to make a long story short, right now it's frozen. That's why I stuck on 2022. Well, thanking the graduates.
We're still thanking the graduates from
Yeah, still thanking
2022.
The downtown school district needs to come out and send somebody.
Yep.
Is there
Definitely northern. That would be a Thomas What I'll do is I'll address, Mr. Brevik again, just to kind of see where we stand on it. Thank you, Bill, yeah. I'm with you. No, but this, we're missing out on the financial opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because parents are coming in to pick up and drop off.
Well, the HCC at the FAFSA night needs to be promoted on it.
Yep.
All right, that will be my doorway again.
There you
Okay.
go.
I got a job, another job.
He's got too many of them already.
Too many already.
All right.
That wasn't recorded, was it?
Yes, we are recording.
Oh, shoot.
Anyway. All right. So real quick before we end for the night, a few quick,
Yes, Christina, that looks great.
yeah. So a few dates to remember, as we mentioned. So we will have a PTSA involvement survey that will be going out this week. That involvement survey is for anyone, regardless of whether they are a member or not, from anyone who's involved with Armwood. It's a part of our yearly process to ensure that we are growing in the areas that the National PTA organization would like for us to grow in. So making sure that we're being inclusive, that we're involving all of our different aspects of our organization. And it'll be a great opportunity for us, since we're in kind of a rebuilding phase, to help us kind of bring people back in, provide something that is of interest to everyone, and get people more involved. Our next Stock the Faculty Bar, Coffee Bar opportunity is coming up this November, so November 4th. Our next board meeting, which will be an online board meeting for our board members, will be on, did I say October 4th? November 4th. Will be November 8th at 6 p.m. That will be online. We will have our next membership meeting, which will also be online. I forgot to notate that here, is on November 15th. That will be at 6 p.m. We have a guest speaker who will be joining us to talk about how to advocate for your child. And then our HCC FAFSA night has been confirmed. It's no longer tentative and will be happening on November 17th, starting at 6 p.m. right here in the Media Center.
Let me change that break. Wasn't that the clause?
Discuss it later. We end up moving every single board meeting we have. That's all right. Okay.
No, it's not. It's not corners.
Any questions?
Point of order.
Nope.
Heather's like, let me off the
Perfect
phone.
timing, thank you. The survey. I just want to make sure I got these other.
Okay. All right. With that in mind, just wanted to share this again. And we have multiple different avenues that you can keep track with what we have going on in between our meetings. We are on the web. We have a newly refreshed website. We also have a presence on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as YouTube. The call tonight will be posted on YouTube for others to view after the call. So if you want to come back and revisit anything we discussed, you'll be able to see it there. We'll also promote those on our social media. So if you're not a follower on any of our pages, please take some time and follow us. We share, updates about everything that's going on, as well as things that we get from other school clubs and organizations as well. If after our call you have other things that you would like to share with us, you can email us at armwoodhsptsa@gmail.com. Particularly if you have feedback about how we're running our meetings, if you have some ideas on how we can improve things, we'd love to hear that. If you're interested in any of the volunteer opportunities or board member opportunities we discussed tonight, that's a great place to email us for that as well. All right, with that, it is 6:55 p.m. I'll go ahead and close our meeting for the day. Thank you everyone for joining us. And we hope to see you at another one of our events soon. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.